Trade Finance Syllabus 1. Introduction to Trade Finance Definition and Importance of Trade Finance. Overview of international trade and its participants. Types of trade finance instruments. 2. Trade documents. Understanding trade documents like invoices, bills of lading, letters of credit, etc. Importance of accurate and compliant documentation in international trade. 3. Methods of payment. Cash in advance, open account, documentary collections, letters of credit, LCs. 4. Open account transaction, in detail with diagram, pros and cons, process. 5. Advance payment, in detail with diagram, pros and cons, process. 6. Documentary collection, in detail with diagram, pros and cons, process. 7. URC 522. Its definition, importance, know-of clauses, main clauses. 8. Documentary credit, in detail with diagram, pros and cons, process in BNYM 9. UCP 600 and Introduction 10. ISBP 745 in Introduction 11. 725 in Introduction 12. EUCP and Introduction 13. Documents required. 14. Documents discussion as per ICC rules, IEUCP, ISBP etc. Export and import financing, pre-shipment financing, post-shipment financing, working capital management in trade finance. 16. Risk management in trade finance, credit risk assessment, country risk assessment, mitigation strategies such as credit insurance and guarantees. 17. Trade regulations and compliance, international trade laws and regulations, compliance with trade sanctions, export controls, and anti-money laundering (AML) measures. 18. International payment systems, SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. CHIPS, Clearing House Interbank Payments System. SEPA, Single Euro Payments Area. Cross-border payment mechanisms. 19. Emerging trends in trade finance. Digitalization of trade finance processes. Blockchain and distributed ledger technology, DLT, in trade finance. Impact of geopolitical developments on trade finance. 20. Case studies and practical applications. Analysis of real-world trade finance scenarios. Simulation exercises and role plays. Application of trade finance concepts in business contexts. 21. Trade loan. Reimbursement finance. 23. MT7 series messages. MT700 issue of a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT701 issue of a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT705 pre-advice of a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT707 amendment to a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT710 advice of a third bank's or a non-bank's documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT711 advice of a third bank's or a non-bank's documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT720 transfer of a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT721 transfer of a documentary credit purpose scope structure. MT730 acknowledgement purpose scope structure. MT732 advice of discharge purpose scope structure. MT734 advice of refusal purpose scope structure. 740 authorization to reimburse purpose scope structure. MT742 reimbursement claim purpose scope structure. MT747 amendment to an authorization to reimburse purpose scope structure. MT750 advice of discrepancy purpose scope structure. MT752 authorization to pay, accept or negotiate purpose scope structure. MT 754 Advice of Payment, Acceptance, Negotiation Purpose Scope Structure 756 Advice of Reimbursement or Payment Purpose Scope Structure T 760 Guarantee, Standby Letter of Credit Purpose Scope Structure MT 767 Guarantee, Standby Letter of Credit Amendment Purpose Scope Structure MT 768 Acknowledgement of a Guarantee, Standby Message Purpose Scope Structure MT 769 Advice of Reduction or Release Purpose Scope Structure MT 790 Advice of Charges, Interest and Other Adjustments Purpose Scope Structure MT 791 Request for Payment of Charges, Interest and Other Expenses Purpose Scope Structure MT 792 Request for Cancellation Purpose Scope Structure MT 795 Queries Purpose Scope Structure MT 796 Answers Purpose Scope Structure MT 798 Proprietary Message Purpose Scope Structure MT 799 Free Format Message